My wife looks the most innocent in the world. Yet she parties harder than anyone. She sent me a clip, herself on her knees in front of some guy. Seeing her glassy eyes in the frame, I almost exploded. She instantly unsent it. I asked what it was. Nothing, she said, wrong button. But I'd already seen it. The background was her office. And right now, I'm standing outside that very door. My name is Ethan. On paper, I'm a small-time owner, but my company has already cracked the global top 100, worth $2 trillion. My wife has no idea. Today, I brought my kid's sister to surprise her, to tell her we'd made it. Instead, I discover my wife tangled up with another man inside. My blood pressure skyrockets. I want to barge in and beat them both raw. Just as I reach for the door, someone blocks me. You can't go in, he says. My sister bristles. Chris, look. This is my brother, your brother-in-law. She doesn't know about the cheating yet. Chris, Morgan's little brother, sneers. Brother-in-law, he's not worthy. Everyone here knows he's a deadbeat. My sister snaps. Bull. Quit running your mouth. When your sister hears this, she'll skin you. Move. My brother needs to see his wife. Chris waves her off. Trash doesn't get to enter. My sister fumes. Oh please. You think you're hot stuff. Do you even know who my brother is? Right then another man slips past Chris and walks straight into the office. My sister points. How come he gets in? Chris smirks. He's the group VP. You're comparing yourself to him. Give me a break. She shoots back. Look at you. Judging by the collar, my brother is. I'm seething because I know Morgan is in there fooling around. And now a second guy walks in. What's next? Tag team. Morgan, you really know how to party. I cut my sister off. Let's just wait here. We head for the bench nearby, but Chris kicks it away. My sister explodes. Chris, are you done? Chris says, that bench is company property. It's for people, not for you. Steam practically shoots from her nostrils. So I'm not human. You've crossed the line. If I don't teach you a lesson today, I'm not Luna. I hold her back. Little sis, don't waste breath. Standing a minute won't kill us. We move to the wall. She's still shaking, bro. How can you swallow this? I keep my voice level. Remember, never lose your cool. The madder you get, the happier they are. She huffs. You're too nice. I'd lose it. Morgan and I met in college. Back then she was the campus queen. Pure as snow. I adored her. But I was broke. No shot with a princess. Yet at graduation she confessed to me. I was over the moon. Later I learned it was all an act. She'd slept around since freshman year, a dozen boyfriends. Even got pregnant. She picked me because I was safe, controllable. She could keep playing while I stayed clueless. And if I caught on, she had 100 ways to shut me up. I used to think those rumors were lies. Now I know they were true. While we wait I text Morgan that I'm outside. Half an hour, no reply. Instead another clip pops up. Morgan on her knees on the office chair. The angle makes it obvious someone else filmed. Then instantly unsent. They're taunting me. My sister loses patience and charges the door, kicking it hard. It doesn't budge. She's winding up for a second kick when Chris shoves her aside. You insane? She glares. You people are monsters. Out of my way. I'm going in. From inside Morgan calls, who's making that racket? She steps out, smoothing her hair. Chris says, sis, Ethan and his sister tried to break in when I said no. My sister protests. Chris is out of line. We're family. Why can't we enter? Morgan shrugs. My brother's right. You don't qualify. My sister's jaw drops. Excuse me. He's your brother. But my brother's your husband. What are we, strangers? Before Morgan can answer, Chris jumps in. You think your loser brother matters? Ha! My sister starts to fire back, then peeks through the crack and spots the VP buttoning his shirt inside. She whirls on Morgan. Oh, now I get it. Busy cheating. Huh? My little sister looked back at me and said, bro, your wife is cheating. Look, I didn't need the warning. I'd already seen it, and it clearly wasn't her first time. So I confronted Morgan. You're having an affair? She admitted it without blinking. That's right, I cheated. So what? Are you after money? My sister bristled. You're the one who cheated and wronged my brother. Yet you act so righteous. Bro, divorce her and let her regret it. Chris laughed behind us. Luna, are you crazy? My sister regret it. She's already president of Vance. She's loaded. Your loser brother can't compare. If anyone's going to regret anything, it's him. Bull, my sister snapped, spinning toward Chris. Some lousy president. She's not worth a single hair on my brother's head. My brother is Luna. I cut her off, then turned to Morgan. Then let's divorce. I started to leave, but Morgan blocked me. Divorce. Can you afford it? You're nothing but a kept pretty boy in my eyes. Without me you'll be drinking wind, and that little soda plant of yours only survives because I let it. I bankroll your whole family. One word from me and your plant goes under, and every last relative of yours ends up on the street. I knew Morgan didn't want the divorce. She was afraid I'd claim half her shares. As for the plant she mentioned, back when I first started out I'd built a small soda plant beside my hometown. It wasn't big, just neighbors from the village on the payroll. After my first big payday I'd left for the city and handed the place to Dad. Poor Morgan still thought I was running a dinky soda plant. She had no clue I'd already built a $2 trillion group she could never touch. When Morgan threatened me, my sister said, "Who do you think you are? Morgan, my brother is divorcing you. No matter what, we'll see you in court." Forced dissolution. Morgan said, "Ethan, you'd better behave. Your plant's raw materials come from my company. One call and I can blacklist you. Then your plant folds. Your relatives go hungry. Think it through." My sister exploded. "Wow, still threatening my brother. You don't believe he can?" I raised a hand. "Enough arguing. Let's go." Behind me Morgan called, "Ethan, dare you?" Downstairs we climbed into a Rolls Royce. Once inside, my sister said, "Bro, why'd you keep shutting me up there? If I'd blurted out who you really are, those two brats wouldn't have dared treat us like dirt." I replied, "Remember this, never lose your temper, and never reveal your whole card early." "But why? If you'd flashed your title, sis-in-law would have been scared stiff." I smiled. Think, if Morgan knew I chair a $2 trillion group, what happens when she uses the divorce to sue for half? My sister's eyes widened. "Oh, I get it. That's why she won't divorce. She's terrified you'll split her fortune." "Exactly. Keeping quiet keeps us in control." She nodded. "Morgan deserves it. She has no idea you're already chairman of Blue Ocean. When she finds out she'll eat her heart out." "Good thing you didn't tip her off." I patted her shoulder. "Just remember that." "But bro, divorcing her just like that, doesn't it let her off easy?" I shrugged. "Divorce is only to keep Morgan calm. Divorce is nothing, widowhood is cleaner." Her eyes sparkled. "No way, you're planning." I gave a slight shake of the head. "Of course not." Next day, in a hotel suite I met several people. I turned to one man and said, "Young, over the years your bank has loaned Vance quite a pile, hasn't it?" "Vance is my wife Morgan's family firm. Young is a bank manager. Every one of those loans happened because I vouched for them. With Vance's size, no banker would have extended credit otherwise." Young answered, "Yes, all as you instructed. Just the other day Vance asked for another $3 billion credit line. I've already signed off." I shook my head. "Reverse it. Freeze that loan on the grounds that Vance is insolvent. Cut them off. Then march over and demand immediate repayment of everything Vance owes. If they bulk, slap liens on their assets the same day." Young frowned. "Lynn, Vance is your wife's company. Why sabotage it?" My sister chimed in, "Because my brother is divorcing Morgan." Young exhaled in relief. "Thank heavens. Vance borrows and never repays. I've been sweating bullets. Without your guarantee I wouldn't have advanced a cent. They already owe us over $10 billion and are technically bankrupt. I'll go collect right now." As he left I reminded him, "Make it loud. Knock on their door tomorrow morning." Once Young was gone, I addressed the remaining 5 executives. "You all heard. Here in Riverdale your 5 firms have been propping up Vance. I know it hurts. You're done. Terminate every contract with Vance today." One supplier muttered, "Understood." "Lynn, honestly, Vance ships nothing but rejects. We've been buying at a loss just to honor your name." After the others left, my sister said, "Bro, I already audited Vance's books ages ago. It's a train wreck. You can't run a family shop when every cousin's hand is in the till. Right now the company owes the outside world more than $20 billion. It can't pay a dime. Let's see how sassy Morgan acts tomorrow." Just then Dad rang my sister. When she hung up she said, "Dad says people at the plant are kicking up a fuss. Morgan's fingerprints. I'm sure. Let's swing by the soda plant first. I haven't been back in years." My sister smirked. "Morgan's digging her own grave. Let her strut while she still can." From blocks away we spotted the old factory. Morgan lounged in a folding chair. Dad was out front trying to soothe the crowd. The minute they saw me, the workers turned on me. "Ethan, you backstabbing ingrate. Why'd you tick off your wife? The line's dead and we'll be sipping air for supper." It turned out Morgan had cut every supplier to the plant. Production had flatlined. In truth, the little $100 million factory had always piggybacked on my wife's company, petty cash for her. The shop was more or less self-sustaining, so I'd left it alone. Her sudden embargo, a paper cut, I could replace the suppliers tomorrow. My sister snapped. "Yo, watch your mouths. My brother keeps this place alive so you can feed your kids. And you repay him with whining?" Somebody shouted, "Bull. Without us your shop would have folded years ago." I move we fire Ethan. Vote in a new plant manager. Otherwise nobody eats. My sister and the crew screamed back and forth, while Morgan basked in the spectacle. She cocked her head. "Ethan, see, without me you're zero. You think you're worthy of divorcing me? Get on your knees and beg, and I'll reopen the supply tap. you'd still be plant manager. My sister barked. Dream on. Morgan, you're toast and you don't even smell the smoke. Then Vance stepped out of her car. Ethan, I've heard the whole story. Apologize to Morgan and skip this divorce nonsense. Mom, if that's why you came, you can leave the same way you arrived. Chris bristled. Cut the act. Ethan, don't bite the hand that feeds you. If the law didn't give you half our fortune, my sister would have dumped your useless but long ago. You're no prize pig. Wake up. My sister fired back. You're the trash, your whole clan is. 20 billion whole. Enjoy the fall. Morgan flinched. She knew the number, but not how we'd found it. Chris puffed up. Truth bomb. A megagroup CEO has the hots for my sister and personally guarantees every loan. 200 billion. 3, 4. Big deal. She'll borrow the moon if she wants. My sister laughed. Shameless. With her face. The only guarantor for 20 billion is my brother. I yanked her sleeve. Too loud. Realizing the slip, she zipped her mouth. Chris took our silence for fear and swaggered harder. Morgan rose. Consider today a warning. Next time won't be pretty. The group goes public tomorrow. The gala's at 7. You'll escort me. Zip your lips and behave, or you'll find out what real pain feels like. I grinned. Tomorrow. I'll be there. When the gang left, my sister said, I'm coming too. I love a good meltdown. I nodded. We'll watch side by side. That night, from the mezzanine of the hotel, I looked down. Morgan was chatting with my assistant, Trevor. She said, Trevor, thanks to your mystery backer these past years, tomorrow's our gala. Could you ask him to grace us with his presence? A tiny earpiece in Trevor's ear carried my whisper, tell her the boss will come. He relayed it. My principal says he'll be there. Morgan beamed. Wonderful. I'll thank him properly. I chuckled. Thank him. With the same tricks you play on everyone else. Morgan, you disappoint me more every day. After she left, Trevor climbed to the mezzanine. Boss. Message delivered. What's tomorrow's play? Just show up yourself. My sister and I will walk in separately. Day 3, my sister and I arrived at Vance. She craned her neck. Packed house. Do these people realize the iceberg's dead ahead? Billions in debt and they still want to ring the opening bell, idiots. I smiled and headed for the banquet hall to grab a seat. Chris blocked me again. Forget already. Chairs are for humans, not you. My sister rolled her eyes. Still here. Chris, you're like a rabid poodle rehearsing for the pound. How touching. Chris hissed. You're the mutt, scram. This section is off limits. My sister called to the crowd. Look, the mad dog's snapping. Come watch the show. I tugged her away. Let's not wrestle with strays. Finally, 20 minutes later, I saw Morgan. She was in a gown and still looked stunning, but she had her arm hooked through the VP's. The two of them inseparable. My little sister said, bro, Morgan's got no shame at all. I didn't answer. Morgan and the VP walked over. The VP glanced at me and said, so you're the husband Morgan keeps. Morgan, I'll see you later. We've got plans tonight, and I want something different. Put on a nanny costume. He didn't even bother giving me another look before he left. Pure arrogance. Morgan turned to me. I knew you'd show. Why bother? Stay home like a good boy and I'll pretend none of this ever happened. Otherwise, I'll make you regret it. This is the company gala, and we go public tomorrow. Keep your mouth shut and I'll wire you 2 million in pocket money. My sister laughed. Go public. You're in for a rude awakening. She waved, and Young walked over with a team. Morgan brightened when she saw him. Young, thanks for all your support over. Young cut her off. Morgan, the bank has frozen your $3 billion loan application. We believe Vance is insolvent. Morgan froze. Even Chris beside her went white. Young, there must be a mistake. You said some giant group was backing us. Young said, you've already drawn 10.3 billion from us. With interest. You owe 18.7 billion. Repay immediately. Repay? Morgan's hands shook. Young, give us a few more days. We're about to IPO. Where would I get that kind of cash? Young sneered. Your rickety outfit thinks it can go public to scam money. Pay up, or we'll seize every asset Vance owns. Before Morgan could answer, my sister chimed in, oh, President Morgan, and here I thought you were loaded. Turns out you're broke, over 10 billion in debt. Bankruptcy incoming. The crowd murmured Vance looks so flashy, but they're drowning in red ink. Name a company that isn't leveraged to the eyeballs these days. Then the chairman of several conglomerates I'd invited stepped forward and dumped folders at Morgan's feet. Check your own products. Every batch fails spec. We want full refunds plus damages. Effective now. We're cutting all ties with Vance. Morgan paled. Lewis, what gives? We've always shipped the same quality. You never complained before. Lewis smirked. Before, some big group was guaranteeing you. Now that cushion is gone. Why should I eat your crap? Pay up. 2.1 billion. Another voice rang out. Us too. You owe us 3.2 billion. 1.8 billion. 2.8 billion. 3.3 billion. Another 10 plus billion. And these 5 clients handled over 90% of Vance's orders. Without them, Vance was finished. For Morgan, it was a blizzard on top of glaciers. She collapsed on the carpet, sobbing. How did this happen? My sister nudged me. Look at sis-in-law flailing. Hilarious. She was so cocky 2 days ago. Chris grabbed Morgan's sleeve. Think of something. We're going under. Morgan screamed. What can I do? We only survived because that big group propped us up, and now they've dumped us. Chris slumped beside her, muttering, it's over. All over. My sister tooted. Why sit on the cold floor? You were going to blacklist my brother. Remember? Come on, do it. Oh wait. You can't even save yourself. Chris glared. So what? My sister's got backers. She'll find new money. Morgan latched onto that hope, scrambled up, and scanned the room until she spotted Trevor. She rushed over, clutching his arm. Trevor, you said the big boss would come tonight. Where is he? Trevor pointed at me. My boss is right there. Morgan forced a laugh. Stop joking. He's my husband, not some mogul behind you. Trevor said, exactly. Who else would guarantee billions for you and never ask repayment? Except your husband? Morgan's face drained of color. But he's only a small soda plant manager. Where would he get that money? Trevor answered, our chairman is Ethan of Blue Ocean, no mistake. Morgan stared at me, stunned. You're Blue Ocean's chairman. Impossible. Everyone knew Blue Ocean ranked in the global top 100. I said, nothing's impossible. Morgan crumpled to the floor. You tricked me. A few seconds of silence passed. She lifted her head. What are you going to do with me? Apologize. And I'll forgive you. I looked down at her. She blinked. That's it? I nodded. She drew a deep breath. I'm sorry. I was wrong. She searched my face. Are we good? I nodded again. I've built you a cottage in the countryside. You'll live there, alone, for the rest of your life.